Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing another tier list video on ranking all the booster course tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I did the original 48 tracks, so now we're going to be doing the booster courses 48 tracks. Now, as you can see, this video is a little bit different than other tier list videos, and that is because I'm using the method I use to record reaction videos and that one gameplay video where I play Mario Kart Tour with my phone. I'm using the screen recording. Now, it's in vertical mode because this is the best way for you guys to see all the rankings, S to F, and all the bottom selection of where I'm going to put those items, because if I put it in horizontal mode, then trying to put the items down here, it would be very hard for me to move upward. I would have to put it in F, and then I would have to slowly move it up to, I want to put it in there or whatever. So yeah, hopefully you guys don't mind this being in vertical mode, and I think, yeah, this will be the way tier list videos are going to be going forward. This will make getting out these videos way easier, way better for me personally, because before I would just have to set up with my laptop, I would have to mess around with the setting up my phone in the right position, and I always had to deal with ads on and how slow the laptop was. So this will be a lot more of a smoother experience. So yeah, but anyway, let's just get right into it. Starting with Paris Promenade. This course, well, first of all, I think all the tour tracks get a little bit too much hate in my opinion. I don't love a lot of them, but I don't hate them for the most part. Still, Paris Promenade, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put it in B tier for now. I might change it. I like the aesthetic. I actually do like the multiple laps thing, even though it is kind of confusing. I actually really like that about the tour courses, and I just think they get too much hate. Choco Mountain, I actually really like this track. I'm gonna put it in A tier. In fact, that's kind of making me... Okay, Paris Promenade goes in C tier. Because, yeah, I don't think it's one below Choco Mountain. I actually really like this track. It's really fun to race on. I think it looks good. I know one of the common complaints about the booster course tracks is just that they don't look visually as good as the original Mario Kart 8 ones. And with some of them, especially this one course that's coming up, I agree with. But in other cases, I either don't mind, don't notice, or they actually do look really good. And I actually do think this one looks pretty good, even though people say it's not the best looking course. I actually like it, and I like the aesthetic changes they did to this N64 track. It looked boring as heck in the original game, and now it looks better. Toad Circuit, yeah, this is the one where I said it doesn't look the best. Still, I'm gonna put it in D tier. I don't hate this track. In fact, I think it's a fine course. If it looked visually better, I might put it up to high C or low B. But the fact that this course, one, is really basic, and two, it just looks ugly. It's like the ugliest track in the game. The grass is too bright. I hate it. But I don't hate it as much as other people. So, it's still a decent track to race on. Coconut Mall. Coconut Mall is a classic. Okay, I kind of prefer Coconut Mall in the 3DS and, Wii versions of Mario Kart. That's just me. I think I should still put it in S tier though. It's a really fun track and great to race on. I just kind of prefer the aesthetics, the vibe of it in Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 7, but this track is still good, and I do like that they fixed the cars, not moving in an update. I do like that, so. Tokyo Blur. Now, from what I've seen, this course is actually not that well liked. I think it might be the least popular tour course. I actually kind of like it. I kind of like it better than Paris Promenade. So it's still, I like the aesthetic as well. And I'm gonna put it in C tier. I actually like it a decent bit. Probably a little bit more than Paris Promenade, but Shroom Ridge. I think it's a pretty good track. I think I want to say B tier. It's pretty average, all things considered, but I still like it. You know, we have so many like traffic courses, you know, in this game and in the booster course pass in general. But I still think this is a good one, and I'm glad they brought it back. So yeah, Sky Garden gets so much hate, man, and I'm gonna say A tier. I don't care what people say. I think Sky Garden is a good track. I actually really like it. I like the aesthetic they went for. I think it looks great, and I don't really see the hate. I don't really see the hate, in my opinion. Like, why is this course so hated on? I don't really know. I actually really like it quite a bit. Yeah, I think that's good for now. Chocolate Mountain is a little bit ahead of it, but I still like it. Ninja Hideaway. This is kind of a difficult one because I like it. The aesthetic, you know, I love how the music, it sounds like a Splatoon music, right? The music sounds like Splatoon music. It can't be just me that hears it. But even still, this track is a bit confusing, but it's still kind of fun. I'm gonna say B tier for now. I think this is a good track, but it's a tad confusing, but I love the aesthetic. You know, I love that there's Shy Guys involved everywhere, and, you know, it sounds like Splatoon music, so why the heck not? New York Minute, New York Minute, honestly, I'm gonna go D tier. It's not the best track, at all. I kind of prefer these two other, tour courses. Yeah, I think New York Minute just looks the ugliest and is the less, you know, aesthetically pleasing on the eyes, less movement options. You know, I think Tokyo Blur and Paris Promenade are better in my opinion. Mario Circuit 3, I don't like this course either. It's really basic. I'm just gonna put it in D tier. I think, I just don't know why it's here. Why? Isn't this the course they remade like 3 times already? Like, why this one and not any other track? I don't know. It's really basic. On the other hand, Calamari Desert, I'm gonna put that in S tier, and I don't care. That course is fun as heck. I love what they did with including the second version of Calamari Desert from Mario Kart Tour, with the going on the track and making it an official part of the track and not just be like a little secret thing. I actually really like that, and I love the aesthetic. The music is great. Yeah, really no complaints. I really like that track. Waluigi Pinball. Now, most people actually love this track, though I have seen some people say it's a bit overrated. Okay, this might be a hot take, but I don't like how the track looks that much. I think the the Mario Kart 8 version doesn't look the best. I prefer how it looked in Mario Kart 7. I just think the colors are way too bright. It's still a pretty fun track all around, but I'm gonna put it in B tier, I think. It's still a fun track, but I don't like the way it looks. I prefer the aesthetic in like Mario Kart 7, for example. Sydney Sprint. This is actually a pretty good tour track. I like it. So good. And I think I'll just put it in B tier. I don't know if I'll reorganize the courses and like Sydney Sprint is better than Waluigi Pinball. I don't know if I'll do that. Right now they're just kind of random, but I think Sydney Sprint is a pretty good track. I like the music, you know. I think it's fun to race on. Pretty good track in my opinion. Snowland it's gonna go in A tier. I think they did a good job modernizing this track along with Sky Garden and Chocolate Mountain. They feel new, but at the same time retro, if that makes sense. And I just love the vibe, and the music is godly. Like it's so good, man. I love the music. Yeah. Mushroom George. Oh, I'm sorry, Mushroom Gorge. You know. This is a really good track. Another classic. You know what? Why the heck not? S tier. I love it. It's slightly basic in terms of aesthetic, but for the most part, you know, there's the cave section which looks amazing, but like most of the track is like otherwise pretty generic looking, but that still doesn't mean it's bad. You know, it does the generic Mario grass thing really well, and even the cave one, which is completely new, it looks amazing, and like the mushrooms are great. I love racing on it. So Sky High Sunday, this is a course that gets a lot of hate. I'm gonna put it I'm gonna put it in C tier. Oh my. Okay. We're getting a lot of things here. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna put it in C tier. In all honesty, I don't think it's a bad track. I think this course gets a lot of hate, and I can understand some of the hate. You know, it does kind of feel like anti-gravity was just added to it just because, and some of the things like with the poles, you can spin on them, it doesn't really make sense. But at the same time, I love the aesthetic. I love the ice cream. You know, I'm a big ice cream guy, so why the heck not? You know, I think it's fun. Decently fun enough, even though it's not the best. London Loop, honestly, London Loop is just kind of forgettable, man. I'm gonna put it in D tier. I don't really remember it like the other tracks. I either remember the other tracks for being better, you know, not that good, or really good, or this one is just bland. I don't know. Boo Lake is really fun. I think I want to put it in A tier for now. I think that's a good place with the other GBA courses so far. They did a really good job modernizing this track again. You know, I love the underwater sections. I love the anti-gravity sections. Yeah, no complaints really. Next, we got Rock Mountain. This is a course that kind of gets a little bit too much hate as well. So I'm going to put it in A tier because I actually really love the track. This track is really nostalgic to me because I grew up with Mario Kart 7. You know, I grew up with a 3DS. And this was one of the most mind-blowing tracks in Mario Kart 7. And it's still really fun in Mario Kart 8. I love the music. The looks, I think it actually looks pretty good. It could, of course, look better, you know. I think the grass could be a touch darker, like it was in Mario Kart 7, though it's not as bad as Toad Circuit. Toad Circuit, oh my god. But I think overall this is still a fun track, and it still brings back lots of nostalgic memories. So, you know, why the heck not? I'll put it in A tier. Maple Tree Way is going in S tier. It's a great track. I love it. It's fun to race on. I love the giant wiggler there. I love the autumn season aesthetic. Yeah, just good times all around. Berlin Byways. I'm gonna put this in D tier as well. Kind of forgettable. I like the Thwomp part where you're like, and also that you're racing with, you kind of crash against like the other racers that are behind you, but like that's the only thing I remember. So Peach Gardens, I'm gonna say B tier. I think Peach Gardens, because I think it's a good track. I think it's a tad overrated. I see lots of people love the track, And there is a lot to love. Like, I love that in the third lap it completely changes so that you go in reverse. That's really cool. In fact, I wish other tour tracks, that were in tour, got like a reverse variant. Have like the third lap or something. There was like a way to play them in reverse, like in Mario Kart Tour. So I love that idea, but the track itself is just kind of bland in my opinion. Still a decent one to race through, and I love going through like the bushes there, but like it's still decent fun, but I think it's a tad overrated. Merry Mountain, I'm gonna say God, I don't know, because I actually really like this track. I know some people don't like it in terms of design, though they all agree that it's great in terms of aesthetics, but I love the aesthetic. I'm a big Christmas guy. You know what? Who cares? I'm gonna put it in A tier. Maybe in the lower end of A, but I think it's just a fun track, and I really like it a lot. And I'm a big Christmas guy, and I take aesthetics too hard with these tracks, more than other people, I think. And it's just a fun time to race on as well. I can admit that like the slope, like the one going down to the finish line, is a tad boring, but at the same time you're racing against other people, so even though the track layout towards the end is a little bit boring, there's always something exciting happening with like people throwing red cells or blue cells or whatever at you, so it kind of makes up for it in my opinion. So Rainbow Road. Okay, I'm gonna put this in S tier, but I think, I have a kind of controversial opinion about this track. I love Rainbow Road on Mario Kart 7. That is my favorite Rainbow Road, and the Mario Kart 8 version is not the best. It's still decent bit magical, a decent bit looks pretty good, but it doesn't look the best. I think Mario Kart 7 one looked better, and the music is the one that really gets me though. The music in Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road was superior in every way, and I don't know why people like this new track better. It's more techno, and I do like it for different reasons, but the one in Mario Kart 7 was more magical, more better in my opinion, and fit Rainbow Road as a whole better. And I feel like in a way they kind of ruined this track. It's still fantastic, don't get me wrong. I like the music, even though I prefer the old one. The track layout, is basically the same. The aesthetics still look pretty good, though again I kind of prefer Mario Kart 7's. It's still an S tier for me, but it's like bordering the edge between like lower S and high A for me. If they kept the music the same and added or at least made it similar to the one in Mario Kart 7, like that would just be enough. But like doing all the things I said about adjusting the lighting and stuff, I think this would make this like my favorite course ever in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But yeah, it's still a good track, don't get me wrong, but I just needed to get that off my chest, man. Also, I'm starting to feel like we might move some to F tier right now, but I don't want to just yet. Anyway, Amsterdam Drift. You know what? I'm gonna put that in F tier. But no, I'll put it in D tier for now. It's fine, it's okay, I guess, but I don't get excited playing it. Man, I don't know. I'm gonna probably be adjusting these towards the end of the video, but for now, I don't really remember it at all. Sorry. Riverside Park. I'm gonna put this in B tier. It's a decent track to race on. I like the aesthetic, although I don't like how short it is. It's just way too short in my opinion. It goes by really fast. I kind of wish there was more to the track. But overall, it's still a fun time. Great aesthetics, but yeah, I just wish it was longer. DK Summit is a pretty good track. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say A tier for now. Maybe I'll change it later. But I think it is a good track. Pretty fun. In fact, hot take, I prefer it over Mount Wario. In fact, I kind of hate Mount Wario. Like, it's fine. It's a fine track, Mount Wario, but I think it's a way overrated. And I prefer DK Summit far more. Yeah, that's just me. Yoshi's Island, this track is going in S tier. This track is amazing. It feels like a crossover track that the original Mario Kart 8 had, you know, like the Animal Crossing Zelda tracks. Even Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the Splatoon, like, battle course. It feels like that with, like, you know, different coins, different sound effects. Just feels like a crossover thing, even though it's still in the Mario series, you know, it's a Yoshi game-based course. But it still feels like a crossover thing, and I love that. They put so much effort into this track. I'm really happy about it. Great layout, great stuff all around. I'm really happy that this track is here, in all honesty. Bangkor Russ. Okay, finally we get a little bit of a better course. I'm gonna, for tour course, C tier for me. I actually do like the aesthetics going on in this course, and I think the layout is pretty fun and recognizable. Like, I actually remember a lot of the layout, so yeah, I'm gonna say that for now. C tier, might change it later, but let's see, Mario Circuit. I don't like how there's so many there's so many circuit tracks, but also a lot of Mario circuits, you know, in general. But this is still one of the good ones. I love the forest part. I think I'm going to say B tier. It's a pretty fun track to race on. I love the piranha plant that shoot fireballs at you. And again, I mentioned the forest part. It's a pretty fun time, though I just wish there weren't too many circuit tracks. Waluigi Stadium. I think I'm going to say A tier. Pretty good course. Really like it as well. I love the music. It's fantastic. And I think this actually is one of the best looking booster course tracks. It looks basically on par with the original Mario Kart 8 tracks. And I like that. It feels really fun to race on. Yeah, I like it a lot, though it's not one of my personal favorites, so that's why it's not in, like, S tier, but it's still a fun time to race on. Singapore Speedway, this track is actually really good. I'm gonna put it in A tier, I think. The music is fantastic, you know, aesthetics are great as well, the layout is fun, I love going up and down and all that stuff. Yeah, it's just really good, and one of the best tour tracks in my opinion. Athens Das. You know what? Athens Das, I think deserves to go in B tier. I like it. I like the Rome aesthetic. I like that you can actually go inside the Colosseum thing. And I like how it mostly just feels like a normal non-tour track, you know, with like the mountain stuff coming down. Yeah, it's just a fun track, and I really like it. So Daisy Cruiser. Honestly, I think I might say C tier. It's fine, it's decent enough, but I don't really like it that much. Like, it's okay. It's a tad basic in my opinion. I love the Goombas that float, you know, but that's basically it. I kind of preferred how it looked in Mario Kart 7, and even then, it wasn't the best track in my opinion, so I think that's a good spot for it. Moonview Highway, I'm gonna say another C tier. It's fine. I don't know why people love the track so much. And again, we have so many traffic-based courses. It's still a decently fun time, you know. and I love the night aesthetic, but that's basically it. Yeah, sorry. Squeaky Clean Sprint, however, that is oh, where the heck? How come it's disappearing? Anyway, that is a great track. I'm gonna put that in S tier. Fantastic. Love the aesthetic. It feels amazing to play on, race on. I love everything about it. The shortcuts, the secrets. Like, it's just a fun time. It reminds me a lot of Ribbon Road, which was a GBA track, but they really, really modernized it. And this is like if Ribbon Road, wasn't based on anything, but it still feels like Ribbon Road, like they put so much effort into it, and I love that. So, yeah. Los Angeles Laps. I'm actually gonna say, I actually do kind of. I'm gonna put in a C tier, but I think it's a high C. I do actually like it a decent bit, and I love and find it funny how they have the oil stuff in Los Angeles Laps, and I actually do like the beach aesthetic. I don't know. I'll put it in B tier actually. Yeah. I kind of prefer it over other tour tracks. Sunset Wilds. Okay. I'm gonna put this in B tier, but if it had the sunset, it would probably go in like A tier. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I actually really like how the track feels, and I like the aesthetic, minus, the big missing thing that everyone has talked about. There's no sunset. I mean, there's technically a sun setting, but it doesn't turn into night. That was the whole track's gimmick in Mario Kart Tour, the original GBA version, and it's not here, and I don't know why. Some people say, oh, it's because the engine couldn't handle it in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but then why bring back this track in the first place? I don't understand. You could have picked a different track and just waited till the next Mario Kart to bring this course back with like the lighting engine fixed or something. I don't know. Why bring it back in the first place? But yeah, I think if they fixed that, that would be an easy A tier. But overall, it's still a pretty fun track, and I don't get why. I mean, I understand why people don't like it not having the sunset, but I don't think it should be making it so low, like on a tier list, just because it doesn't have that part. Even though it is an important part, I don't think it should count against it a lot. Koopa Cape. I'm gonna say, I think another A tier. It's a pretty good track. I love the aesthetic. I love racing on it. I do. I don't know. I think I really like this version of the track, though I do admit that there is some good stuff missing from it that were in like Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart Wii. But I still think this is a good version of the track that kind of blends those two versions together in many ways, though in some ways it doesn't. But yeah. Vancouver Velocity. Okay, I'm gonna put this in A tier again. I love the aesthetic. The music is fantastic as well, and the layout is really fun. I love the hockey ring sliding thing. You go inside of. I don't know what you call it, but I love that. Pretty fun time. I think I prefer the music though of the Mario Kart Tour version. In my opinion, I think that music is a bit better, but this music is still good. It's not like Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road, where I think the music is far and away superior in that game than it is in Mario Kart 8. I think this is still a good track, a good version, but I kind of prefer it a little bit more in Mario Kart Tour, but no. Roman Avanti. Okay, this also kind of has like a Coliseum thing. God, honestly, I'm probably gonna say, Eh, I'm gonna say C tier. It's a fine course to race on, but nothing too special. Yeah, this is more akin, you actually do race on this more than the other track that I mentioned, uh, where you race on like a Coliseum type thing. But yeah, probably C tier. DK Mountain, this course is pretty good. I'm gonna say another A. I mean, A is like filling up quite a bit. In fact, we don't have anything in F tier. You know what? Sorry, Toad Circuit. So Mario Circuit 3 goes there. Honestly, yeah, I think that's good for now. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? DK Mountain. I think this track is pretty fun. I love everything about it. I love the aesthetic. I love the launching mechanic, and I love the flaming hot, a volcano that's angry at you. That's really cool. Yeah, don't really have much to say. Daisy Circuit, C tier, I think. It's a fine course to race on, but I don't know why they brought this course back. There's like so many other better courses in my opinion, but it's still a fine track to race on. I like seeing more of Luigi and Daisy's relationship, I guess, but that's really it. I don't know, it's fine. Piranha Plant Cove. I actually, okay. Honestly, I'm gonna put this in C tier. It's not a bad track. I just think for a tour original, not based on a city, it just kind of feels a little bit too, how do I say this? Like, too floaty, I guess? And that's because basically the whole thing takes place in water, but I don't like that, I don't have a problem with, like, water courses or water stages in general, actually. I know lots of people don't like water courses or water stages in games. I actually don't mind them that much, but this one I can really feel like, yeah, it's a water course. I don't like playing on this water course. There's other better water courses in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and it just feels like you're just gliding over a large part of the track, because you're in the water and you're not actually playing on the actual track. So, yeah, that's just me though. Midway Dry, honestly, I'm gonna put this in F tier. I don't remember anything about it. I think this is the one where there's like for some reason, a random wiggler, I think, in the middle. But, like, that's the only thing I remember. Who cares? I don't remember that track at all. Rosalina's Ice World. I actually like this track quite a bit. I like the music. I love the Mario Galaxy stuff in it. I wish it was an actual Mario Galaxy course, though. But I think this is still a good track. So I'm going to put this actually in, I think I'm going to say B tier. Yeah, it's just a decent, fun time, and I understand why some people don't like it, especially, like, why did it come in the first place. I think other courses kind of deserve better, but overall, I actually like this track, so yeah. Okay, I think you guys know where I'm going to put these next two courses. Stupid thing is in the way. Okay, whatever. Bowser Castle 3, that goes in S tier. It's an easy S tier. I wish there were more Bowser courses in the Booster Course Pass. There's only this one and, the original Bowser Castle stage in the original Mario Kart 8 48 tracks. I wish there were more Bowser-themed courses, and it sucks that there isn't. But this track luckily makes up for it in the fact that it's really good. It feels like a modern track, even though it's an SNES track. The music is amazing. I love it a lot. And same goes for Wii Rainbow Road. Wii Rainbow Road goes in S tier, which It's just a fun track all around. I think I actually do. I think I prefer Wii Rainbow Road over 3DS Rainbow Road, at least in terms of this game. I can see why people love Wii Rainbow Road, and this version did a good job with showing why it deserved to be brought back and why it's so good. I still hold, 3DS Rainbow Road in a special place in my heart, even this version. And I think the Mario Kart 7 one is the best Rainbow Road ever, in my opinion, in the Mario Kart series. But in this game, I think it might be... I think N64 Rainbow Road is the best Rainbow Road in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And then followed by Wii Rainbow Road, but like it's a very close second. And then I might say 3DS Rainbow Road, and then the Mario Kart 8 original Rainbow Road, which I actually don't mind too much, but it doesn't really feel like Rainbow Road in my opinion. But yeah, let me see if there's anything I should adjust before we end off the video, guys. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put some of these tracks in S tier. God, but I don't know, man. DK Summit. God, it's so hard. I don't know. What did I do? I feel like I should drop some more courses in F tier. Honestly, I'm gonna put some more courses here in D tier. Some tour ones. I don't know. C tier. Honestly, that goes in D tier as well. Honestly, I kind of like the aesthetic in Piranha Plant Cove. Amsterdam Drift. Bangkok Russ. God, I don't know, man. God, it's just really hard to rank all these tracks. There's like so many of them. Okay, you know what? I want to put some of them in S tier. But I think that should be reserved for the best of the best. So maybe, honestly, I think I might move Calamari Desert to be in A tier, though it is a really fun track. Yeah, I think maybe, I think S tier might be good, in my opinion. Okay, maybe A tier is good. B tier, I don't know. Los Angeles Laps is too high, I think. It's gonna go in C tier. Daisy Circuit. Daisy Circuit. That's a decent course to race on. I think Daisy Cruiser deserves to be... I don't know, man. Honestly, okay, I'm gonna move these two into D tier. I think that's a little bit better fitting. God, I don't know, man. It's it's just so hard. It's like the hardest tier list I've ever done. I think Bangkok Ross deserves to be a little bit higher. Rome, I think that's good. London Loop, fine. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, hold on, let me see. Should I move any courses higher? I'm gonna put DK Mountain in S tier. I was kind of fighting it, but it is a really fun track. Okay, honestly, I'm looking at this tier list, and I think it actually looks pretty good, in my opinion. F tier, I think, makes a lot of sense. I don't know, man. I think F tier makes sense. I was kind of thinking about Toad Circuit and Mario Circuit 3. I don't hate those tracks, actually. They're decent to race on. I just think that they're either kind of bland or not the best looking, or kind of wasted a slot, in my opinion. And then the other two tour courses, I don't remember them like at all. There's like nothing interesting I remember about them. Is Amsterdam Drift the one with underwater? I don't remember, man. And D tier, I think makes a lot of sense. Piranha Plant Cove, I think will go in F tier, but the aesthetics are kind of keeping it higher a little bit. And the other tour courses are fine. C tier, yeah, I think that's a little bit better. A little bit better courses to race on. B tier, pretty good tracks. Yeah, A tier is like some of the best tracks, and then S tier is like the best of the best, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think that's it for the tier list video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me show you guys the full list again. Sorry again that it's in vertical mode. This is just the best way to show off everything. So yeah, hopefully you guys don't mind too much. This will allow me to, you know, put out tier list videos better and quicker, you know, because I'm actually screen recording. So that's exciting stuff. So expect more tier list videos in the future. But yeah, also my voice sounded pretty clear when I was testing this out. And I will of course add background music. But yeah, this is like the first time where I'm using like a screen recorder where my voice actually sounds pretty clear, just because I'm not recording over like a video or a game that's like really loud and I can't lower on your guys' end, but I could barely hear it on my end. Now there's like nothing to hear here, so you know, it's all good. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, please, and Xenoblade, and I'll catch you guys next time for more. Peace. Bye, everyone.